Having completed the slate stone wall with all the vegetation, now I've got to do, by the side of this track, I'm going to put in a small stone wall, dry stone wall, just to have a barrier, and I'll just show you what I'm going to do with it. This is the stone wall. It's all in sections, and I've just sprayed it with the grey primer. I'll just let you know the tools I'm using. I got these little spatula things from Hobby Shop. They're absolutely nice and flexible, so they're ideal for doing this. The inevitable coffee stirrer, and a different type from somebody else. Now the first two, I put the first two in place, and now I'm going to put this in. These are all in order as to how they're going to go down, because I've already sort of chamfered some ends when they need to be chamfered. And I'll just get the tub so I can put some on. Okay, so we'll start by putting the polyfiller type stuff on the base. Okay, so that's that, and that's gonna go, okay, that's gonna go that way around. Okay, so any overspill I want on the dead side that isn't going to be seen by anybody. And the other thing I'm going to do, we just do a little daub on the end, and a little daub in there, not too much, and then that will now go in place down there. That's nice, that's good. Okay, right, so that's that one in place. This is going to be the next one, so that obviously will go in there, and I'll do that now. Again, it's going to go that way round, so we'll put gubbins on the bottom, so it's going to stick out. Any spare will sort of creep out on the dead sides, so we won't see it. We've now got to the position where, as you can see, there's now a gate post. I'm going to have a very small gate there, and that's so that the people from the platform, or those who are officials, can move from the platform along the back through the little gate and then across the two tracks to the platform that will be on this side. The gate post, also not the gate post, the gate is going to be roughly about 2'6" wide, so that's approximately in scale as it's going to be. So now I've got the other side of the fence, the other side of the gate to put on. So this is going on now. Incidentally, since I did all of this, I've had my tea, and it's all really nice and solid, which is quite good. So there's that side of the gate post going in. Now to add a little bit of excuse me, to add a little bit of difference, this particular one is very slightly curved. So I've just introduced that as an oddball, because why not have an oddball? It possibly did happen, we think, maybe. So we just do an oddball, just change the shape slightly. It's all adds to it, and you can just imagine in 1930s, 1940, whatever, and this is quite plausible. It's a very quiet summer's day, and you know, it's just lovely. And the little wall is This is the end of the wall that I finished last night. And I put the gate in, and what I have done, I've put several washes on. I mean, I'm no used to washes at all. I put a beige one over the top, and then I put a greeny one on, and then at the bottom here I've put a black wash. If I can get this, that might show better. It's an artificial light, so I've done sort of black at the bottom and it's not so black at the top, etc. Let me just swing the whole thing round for you and see if that helps. So past the gate, and there's the rest of the wall going down to the far end where it joins the tunnel down there. So from the top, as we look down on it, you can see it's I've got this bit of a curvature in there, the gate, and we run along. There's water running down the rocks there. I must secure these leaks, and this is the existing foliage that was there, and then of course we meet up with the tunnel mouth. One of the things I need to do is to fill vegetation behind there, maybe a little bit in front but not too much, and then of course here it won't get so much vegetation. What I've decided to do is to introduce a tree. Now this tree unfortunately got caught by a spark from one of the engines, and it sort of flashed up because it was quite dry. So what I'm going to do, it's going to be put here somewhere, and I've just mixed up a what I hope is a thin black wash, and I just want to sort of colour in the area behind where the tree was, so that it got the impression of it sort of caught fire to the hedge, or not the hedge, the stonework as well. And that's the whole idea. And I'm not convincing myself that I'm doing any good, to be honest with you. But we'll see. Okay, because I'm not happy with what I'm doing, I'm not convinced, I'm going to just stop doing that, and I'm just going to leave that as a nothing. Shame, but there we go. I'm just not good enough. Oh, I wonder if I did that, and does that make any difference? Ah, there we go. So that's the way to do it, folks. Don't use a paintbrush. Just use back of the old kitchen roll. Yeah, okay. We'll see how that works. So the next thing I'm going to do is introduce this tree, to which I have to drill a little hole in the plywood base. So there you can see the burnt out tree and all the scorch marks it did to the back. Now I've cut some flat areas in my stonework here, and the one reason for doing that is because I'm going to be using a product by Tajimal, tajimal.co.uk. They're based down in Cornwall, and they do these wonderful sort of tufts of different types of grass. So my aim is to just pull one off the sheet like that, and then put it down. They're self-adhesive, so that's gone there nicely. And this is just going to put a bit of wild grass growing out. This is wild grass growing out from the top of the wall, as it possibly would be in natural surroundings. And this is so easy to do, to just give such a nice result. I think this company is brilliant, and they do some nice little not grasses, sorry, they do little miniature plant areas, just sparkly, nice looking tops for flowers. So that's what I've done there, and I now shall see what else we've got to put down. I've got various items like this. Now that will go in there somewhere. I have got where's it gone? Come on, where's it gone? I've got my homemade sort of coarse stuff that I shall put down, just as sort of semi bushes and stuff like that. And then of course we have this wrong product. We have sort of the sort of fairy type, bushy, not bushy type, stringy, just pull it out type, and there's a bit of that around there as well. So I'm just going to plough on with this and let you see it when it's done. The wall in front of the slate cliff, if you want to call it that. This is the dry stone wall. It's now all finished, and it's been dressed with various plant life. There's the burnt out tree that was caught by a spark from an engine, and you can see how it scorched the rock behind it. So we carry on along here, and then we get to the gate, and when we get to the gate we've got some steps to come across the track and over to here, which will be the station on this side. And then we have the last small section of wall leading up to the platform that isn't fixed yet. If you look from above, then we have a cinder path from the platform that runs around to the gate and then across to the tracks. And this is just a shot of all the vegetation above the dry stone wall. And that is that. So here it is, 7 foot of scenery that has taken many months to construct and finish, and every single one of those has been so enjoyable. I've loved every minute of doing that. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Bye for now.